Is there poverty in Singapore? Let's have a listen.
Not earning enough to make ends meet and having to require government payout.
Poverty is referring to the have-nots in a world of haves.
It's also about access to equal opportunity.
Thinking about how we can afford 3 meals a day, whereby some people, they don't even afford 3 meals, they take like once a meal.
People who are on financial assistance, we do have people who stay in rental flats because they cannot afford
a situation where people cannot access basic needs.
When someone has like a lack of needs to basic necessities like food, water, healthcare and housing.
Definitely there's poverty in Singapore. It might not be as evident as in third world countries where you see people living in slums or not having enough food or water.
I've seen homeless people sleeping around. As long as you don't meet one of those needs, like no home, I feel that it's poverty. So definitely there's poverty in Singapore.
I think there is poverty in Singapore. I think it's just hidden and invisible to the naked eye.
Yes, of course there's poverty in Singapore. In fact, I think we are probably the most time-starved country in the world.
Yes, I think poverty is very real in Singapore. In fact, it needs to be heard and seen.
Yeah, there is poverty in Singapore. So I'm thinking about relative poverty, that people fall through the cracks and then we don't get to witness their struggles.
Yeah, there are kids who don't even have meals. There are elderlies who are just waiting for a packet of milk every day.
Yeah, so if you were to take it in the context of financial poverty, then yes, there is.
Definitely there is poverty in Singapore because I am dealing with many children who are living in most of the one-room flats in Singapore.
Definitely poverty exists in Singapore with the huge income gap and high standards of living.
A lot of these cases go unseen and unheard.
It's clustered in areas where there's rental flats, and you do see it because they're not able to move to a better place where there is no violence, they are safer, they're able to provide what the children needs in terms of education, safety and food and health.
They don't want charity, but they want tools and the ability to change their life. Is that what you want to see?
Yes, definitely.
And did that happen in your family and when you were going through that change that you talked about?
I don't recall that help was offered.
From 4-room flat, we went to rental flat. Yeah.
And all this was aggravated because of the medical bills that your family had to pay, taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a major cause of the poverty, medical costs.
And by the time you were born, do you have memories or what was it like growing up?
I don't know I was living in poverty because,
no comparison.
No comparison. I was just born poor. So every day is just, oh, you have to do this because this is what we do. You have to do that because this is what we do. But then as I grow older, I talk to people and they're like, hey, y'all don't know what is going on? Like, is this interesting? Like, we use electricity that's in the top-up card. That you all not know that? Yeah.
To top up.
Yeah.
That struck me when one of the voices mentioned is a poverty and a frame of mind, which is why I asked both of you, was there a trigger, was there something that you decided as a family, as a team, to do something in your lives, because you have now moved out of your rental flat and you are, if you're comfortable to tell us where are you all now?
I don't really have a trigger, but I know for a fact that I don't want to live like how we used to live. Yeah.
So you knew this cannot be the same like this day in and day out. Shawal, you're shaking your head?
Yeah, I agree. Because like I said, I'm the living room guy, right? So more than anybody in the house, I really don't want to be there.
Do you have a room now?
Yeah, I do. I do actually own a flat now. I'm very lucky to have that.